Hello, welcome back to the ARC SimRap Market National SimRapMarket.com National Series. Today we're here for race number 15 at Darlington Raceway for the track Too Tough to Tame. Let me just see if I'm streaming on the right channel here. Yes, I am. So as we're in qualifying, there you see Gabe Gazzola. Couldn't stream last week, couldn't be here, so I'll just tell you about it. I think they went to Pocono. Yeah, I believe they went to Pocono last week. And Ethan Fonseca went on to win. Now, let me pull up the Discord now, see if I'm right. But as Gabe's coming off of turn 4 to start his second lap. And while Gabe qualifies, we'll take a look at the point standing. Let's see what race I missed last week. I was actually Kansas last week that I missed. Ethan went on to win. But we'll take a look at the point standing real quick, as we only have 3 races left until we get into the chase. Just give me 1 second here. There's so many different Discords. Here we go. So Gabe Gazzola right now holds P1 in points. Ethan second, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer third, Luke Allen fourth, Michael Wallace fifth, Duncan Fall sixth, Brody Fellicker seventh, AJ Knickel eighth, CD Mangrum ninth, and Rivers Jones rounds out your top 10 in points. Ty Higginbotham right now 11th in points, and then your 2 wild cards, Dylan Bam and Gabriel Dahari, with their wins on the season. So right now, I believe it's a 12-man chase, so they're both in. So we're going to be watching that battle between Ty Higginbotham and Rivers Jones. If I can see the points here, the points between them is about 30. I'm trying to do the math in my head. I don't know, it's 30 plus points between Ty Higginbotham and Rivers Jones. Here, I'll just pull up a calculator real quick instead of trying to think this. I'm kind of just jumping into this. I got here late, so my mind is still kind of racing everywhere, trying to get things going. So yeah, it's a 26-point gap between Ty Higginbotham and Rivers Jones, so we'll be watching both of them battle tonight. And that's really the only two, unless one of these drivers outside of the top 10 win, that's not Dylan Bam and Gabriel Dahari, then they're going to be battling for that wild card spot. We'll pull up the tower here. It's qualifying. It has about 30 minutes left. It looks like it's going to be the one of Ethan Fonseca currently on the pole. So I'm not really sure what's happening there. And third, I believe third, yeah, it's Jaden Porter. It's just a glitch showing 2 names there. Second is Brody Fellicker. Fourth is Rivers Jones. Fifth is AJ Knickel. Sixth is Luke Allen. Seventh is Duncan Fall. Michael Walls 8th. Ty Higginbotham 9th. And Donald Stern right now running out your top 10. As Ethan Fonseca, the only one on track right now as qualifying, has just finished. 14 drivers ready to take on this race, and we'll get to your starting lineup. So row number 1 is starting on pole. Like usual, Ethan Fonseca. Right beside him, Brody Fellicker. Row number 2, Jaden Porter with Rivers Jones. Row number 3, AJ Knickel with Luke Allen. Row number 4, Duncan Fall with Michael Walls. And running out your top 10, Ty Higginbotham and Donald Stern. Starting in row 6, Gabe Gazzola and CD Mangrum. And then rounding out your field, 2 drivers that did not qualify, Dylan Bam and Matthew Stotts. So a very short field tonight. I believe our shortest one yet. As these drivers are going to take on 110 laps around Darlington Raceway. So you see Brody Falliker, who's won twice this season. His wins coming at Bristol and North Wilkesboro, I believe. So he's looking to get his third one tonight. Then we got a whole bunch of drivers in here who have not won this season. Like Jaden Porter, Rivers Jones. Actually, Porter might have won before. No, he has not. And of course, we're here at Darlington, so we're going to be seeing some throwbacks. But of course, our throwback weekend was a few weeks ago at North Wilkesboro. So they're going to be pacing here. Getting ready to take the green flag. So it looks like it's going to stay day. It doesn't look like the sun's going down yet, and it doesn't look like it will be. So it looks like a daytime race here at Darlington. Of course, Ethan Fonseca running that...
Please keep it professional, please.
My bad, I accidentally kept voice on. Let me just
like one.
Turn that off real quick. Like I said, I just got home not too long ago. So I'm still trying to get everything adjusted. But yeah, there's still some throwbacks, and some drivers bring in their throwbacks that they ran at North Wilkesboro. I believe Ethan is in his scheme that he ran at North Wilkesboro. Gabe Gazzola, Duncan Faw, Matthew Stott's back here in a Clint Boyer throwback, and I guess you can count Donald Stern in a throwback as well, running that Dale Jr. 2014 National Guard paint scheme. As base car comes down pit road, these drivers ready for 110 laps for the track that's too tough to tame at Darlington and Raceway. Out of turn number 4, it's going to be Ethan Fonseca leading us to the green flag into the Geico restart zone. Green flags out here at Darlington. Out of turn 4, Ethan's going to lead lap 1, and there you saw on the restart a whole bunch of drivers getting out of shape with some wheel spin. As Brody Falliker has gotten up into second. You know, this track is pretty tight. It's kind of hard to pass. As Jaden Porter, I think he might have just lagged out there. Nope, he's back up to third. Just had a little bit of a surge there. As Michael Walls, I'm not so sure what kind of paint scheme he's running, as I don't know if I have to refresh trading paints here to actually see his paint scheme, but we'll do that just to see what's going on with that 48 machine, and hopefully nothing crashes. But he passes AJ Knickel to get into that top 5, as the top 4 have pretty much pulled away from the rest of the field. You see back there, currently running in 4th, that's Rivers Jones. He has a 26-point cushion inside that top 10 on Ty Higginbotham. So he's looking for a nice run tonight. So you see everyone's schemes just loading. Let's see if Micah's changes here. And it does not. So interesting scheme by that Ford gate. Back up front. Like I was saying before, this track is it's really, really hard to pass, as this track is very, very tight. So you really just have to be patient and wait for the driver in front of you to possibly make a mistake, so you can take advantage of that mistake to pass them. As Ethan right now pulling away with the race lead, about half a second now. Brody Falliker, he's got Jaden Porter very close to his back bumper. I'm also looking at the point standings here. And out of all 40 drivers that are on this list in the points, I only see one Ford. And that's from Jose Mercado, who's not here. Everybody else Chevys and Toyotas. So Ford, at least in this league, not having a pretty good season. With only one driver. As Brody Fallagher gets very loose off of the corner. I think he might have gotten up there into that wall. He's going to drop back to fourth now. It's a nice save by him. Back here, Gabe Gazzola making a move on AJ Knickel, and these two have multiple run-ins just throughout this league, but especially this season alone. As AJ Knickel shoving him up the track a little bit, but Gabe Gazzola going to clear. Brody Fallagher is about to lose another position to Michael Wallace, who's got that outside advantage. And he will clear. Go back and take a look at what happened to that 42. Maybe not. So as you see, entering 3 at 1 and 2, and he just gets way too up in that loose stuff. Into the wall, down the track he goes. And a nice save by the 42 of Brody Fallagher. Currently sitting 5th right behind Michael Walls. As Ethan Fonseca, he continues to pull away, coming on to lap number 10. Jaden Porter 2nd, Rivers Jones 3rd. Not really many battles going on the racetrack. Few drivers close together as Dylan Bam into the wall. This is right here, Ty Higginbotham. We'll be keeping an eye on him this today. Right now it's not looking good for him. He's minus 26 from the playoff list, or from the top 10 to get into the playoffs. And Rivers Jones, the guy he's battling, is running 3rd right now. As Michael Wallace, he has not been able to pull away from that 42 of Brody Fallagher. As Fallagher just hanging tough right behind him, trying to get things regrouped after his little mishap earlier. As Jaden Porter, he's kind of reeling in the leader just a tad bit. It was 7/10, now it's down to 6/10. Back up to 7, but we'll see what happens and then they come out of turn 4. As Ethan's going to hold a 7/10 lead so far here on lap number 13. Battle back here, Gabe Gazzola trying to pass Donald Stern, who looks like he's been to the wall. And he looks like he's got heavy right side damage to that number 88. As we have a caution, it's for Luke Allen, who has spun, it looks like, in turns 1 and 2. Oh, another driver. That's Ty Higginbotham, who is battling for a playoff spot. And he's not moving on the racetrack. We'll go back and take a look at what happened. And he's going to tow it to pit lane. So here we go. Ty Higginbotham trying to make a move on Luke Allen. And he's just going to slide up right into that 7's nose and into the wall hard. That 97 goes, and that's going to end his day. Yep, there goes the motor. So Luke Allen, just an innocent bystander there. Like I said, like I said earlier, you got to be patient, and Ty Higginbotham, his patience ran out. And he ultimately ends his day and probably ruins the 7's day as well. So we'll get back live as everybody's down pit road. Dylan Bam has missed pit lane. He's going to have to turn it around here. Or he's just going to do donuts. He does got doing donuts on his car. As he's got a little bit of front end damage. I wonder if he hit somebody coming onto the pit lane. Of course, Dylan Bam, wow. He's got 2 wins at the road courses, but these ovals he just can't seem to figure out. So we'll see who wins the race off pit road. It looks like it's going to be Ethan Fonseca, Jaden Porter second, Rivers Jones third, and Michael Wallace fourth. I'm curious if Dylan Bam, how he answered pit road here. Yeah, just coming in too fast, and into the barrels he goes. And then a little bit more ahead of here, does a few burnouts. Finally gets it on pit road. And coming into a stall. We'll wait for him to get up there. Turns into a stall, overshoots it. Backs up. Does a burnout. Still trying to figure out how to get... And he blew his motor. And he blew his motor. So that's gonna... that's gonna be 2 drivers out of this race. As Dylan Bam is gonna join Ty Higginbotham in the garage. So that leaves 12 total drivers left. And still a lot of laps to complete. So, it's going to be Ethan Fonseca once again with Jaden Porter. As they come to the Geico restart zone. Green flag back in the air here at Darlington. As let me get this set up here. Hello.
Hello.
So we have a partner in the commentary booth, Justin Wainwright. Say hi, Justin.
Yo. Hello.
As I'll share my screen so you can actually see what's going on here.
In the session. So.
Oh, you're in the session?
Yeah, I'm loading in.
Oh, well then never mind. You don't get a screen share.
Silly guy.
So, if you haven't missed, Ty Higginbotham wrecked himself out and Dylan Bam blew his motor on pit lane, so they're both out.
Alright.
And Ethan has led every single lap so far.
Alright, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Alright.
As Michael Walls, he's gone up to third, passing Rivers Jones, and really, Jones doesn't have to worry about a lot as Ty Higginbotham, he's out of the race, so as long as this 91 can get a good finish, he can extend his points gap over that 97.
Quite the paint scheme on the 48.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Or why it exists, but it's there. And it looks like an iRacing based paint scheme, but it's not. So he handcrafted that himself, or he found it somewhere. I'm not sure what it is. As Brody Falliger is going for fourth on Rivers Jones, and Jones just gonna ease up and give him the position. As Rivers Jones, he's having some looks like internet connection issues. He kind of just blinked out there. but still having a solid run in 5th. Is that Jaden Porter not letting that 29 of Ethan get away? So he's trying to close in on this 29, but he's been about 3/10 this whole entire run. As Donald Stern has entered the pit lane. He's jumped to the pit, so he's probably going to retire. That's going to be 3 cars out. There's not a lot of action on the track right now. We'll go back here to C.D. Mangrum, our Daytona winner. And since he's basically raced every single race, he hasn't really had the results he's wanted. But since he's raced every single race, he's basically a lock in the playoffs now, especially with that win. So, yeah, other than that win at Daytona, it's been a pretty quiet season for this 9 team. Jaden Porter, he's closed in a little bit on the 29. There's one thing to catch him, it's another thing to pass. As many times, since this has been said many times in many different leagues, many different series of motorsports, and it's back here, Brody Falliker. Got very loose off that corner. I think Micah got into the wall. They both might start battling here for that 3rd spot. Trying to pull up something real quick. So I guess while really not much is happening out on the racetrack, we'll go through the field with some of our chasers and just some of our drivers. So up front, we got Ethan Fonseca, who's got 6 wins so far this season and currently battling for the regular season championship with Gabe Gazzola in that 18. I believe if I look up points here, if I can find the chat again, he is currently sitting.
I'm back.
Yeah, Ethan's sitting 4 points back from the regular season championship, so he's looking for a nice run here, and so far he's got it, as Gabe Gazzola is running 6th. Right behind him is Jaden Porter, who kind of started this season late, so he's not going to make the playoffs, but he can definitely, what's the word I'm looking for, interfere with the playoff guys during these next few races, and maybe find himself in victory lane sooner or later. And then back here in 3rd, Michael Walls, who's in the playoffs. He's locked into the playoffs. Got that win back at Gateway. And has just been consistently running top 5 in these races, but no one's really been able to catch that 29.
You know, I think if Jaden does win a race or two, he could sneak into the top 20 maybe, and maybe get a wild card spot.
Well, I think it's only top 12 that make it in, and you have Gabriel Dahari and Dylan Bam outside the top 10 right now with a win. So they are taking the wild card spots.
Yeah, they got it.
But if they get into the top 10, or if he can catch up to them in these next 3 races,
which with a Higginbotham DNF, it's possible. Well, they're not here either, but yeah, maybe.
we'll see.
Could be close.
Duncanfaw jump to pit lane. We'll see if he DNFs. If he does, they'll leave 10 cars out on the racetrack.
Yeah, Duncan was, I think, second or third in points earlier in the season.
Yeah,
He
he
missed a couple race or two.
pretty sure
Falling off
he's
a little bit in
locked
point.
in. We only got 3 races left. He's currently
Pretty-
sitting 6th, but he's got almost a 100-point cushion over Ty Higginbotham, who's the first one out. So I think he'll be good, and especially since he's finishing 10th tonight
Yeah, he did retire.
or 11th. So still Ethan leading. He's got a half a second lead over Jaden Porter. We'll continue with our through the field here. Back here in 4th, Brody Falliker, who's had some decent runs, has 2 wins on the season, 1 at Bristol and I believe at North Wilkesboro. He's pretty fast at these short tracks. And he's pretty consistent at these mile and halves as well. So he's looking for a nice little run in the playoffs. And then back here, currently 10th in points, Rivers Jones. Apparently he blocks like worse Joey Logano. That's what his bio says. But currently sitting 10th, 26 points above Ty Higginbotham, and now Higginbotham is out of this race, so he's going to extend that points gap. And there's your points leader, Gabe Gazzola, who needs to try to catch up there to Ethan Fonseca if he wants to keep that points lead after this race. It's only by 4. So we'll see what happens. Back here, AJ Knickel, who I believe is also in the playoffs by points. He currently sits P8. So there's a chance he could fall out, but I doubt it if he keeps running the way he's been running all season. CD Mangrum back here. Now he could fall out of the top 10 in points, but he does have that win at Daytona. We'll see where he is in points. Yeah, he's currently sits P9 in points. So he could definitely fall out that top 10, but he, like I said, he's got that win he can hold on to, but he's got to finish in front of either Dylan Bam or Gabriel Dehari if he does fall out the top 10. And back here, Matthew Stotts, who's just been running pretty much last all race out of the drivers on track. And he just got punted into the wall by Luke Allen. Wouldn't be surprised if he leaves this race very soon. And we'll go look at Luke Allen, who's also in the place. In the chase. Let's see where he sits. Oh, he currently sits P4. Yeah, he's good. He's good to make it all the way. And that's your little through the field. There was only 10 drivers. While that was happening, Ethan Fonseca has extended his gap to almost a second over Jaden Porter. Everybody just kind of far away from each other. Gabe Gazzola trying to reel in Rivers Jones for that 5th spot. As Rivers Jones hard into the wall, Gabe's going to follow him. So both of them into the wall, coming here onto lap 39. Luke Allen slowly catching CD Mangrum as well. That'll be a battle for 8th. As Ethan just hit the wall pretty hard there as well. He's going to lose a couple tenths to Jaden Porter. We'll see how that affects his car. And we are entering a longer run, so these tires are getting worn and these cars are probably getting a bit tighter than what they're used to so far today. David Gazzola just had a big moment off of turn 2. Got very loose, and he's going to drop back to... Well, he's still in 5th, but he's going to lose a lot of time to Rivers Jones, who's currently wall riding. So all that time Rivers Jones gained on the 18, and he just lost. As CD Mangrum, he comes down pit road. It looks like he's been in the wall, so he's going to pit a little bit earlier here. So I think green flag pit stops are right around the corner. I think their last pit was lap 14. As actually Jaden Porter might have lagged out of the session. He was having internet issues, but looks like he might be gone now. So here comes Matthew Stotts down pit road.
Stops making his 4th start of the season, and he has 3 straight P18 finishes.
What a guy.
Yep.
Well, he's gonna improve here, and he's gone.
Yeah.
And he's gone. Well, he's still gonna improve with a 9th place finish, probably 10th place if Jaden Porter can get back.
There you go.
What was that?
No, he's gonna double his best finish of the season. Stops well, and good for him, man. I'm not surprised he left. He struggles with finishing races, let me tell you. He's done a couple races in the ARC F1 season this year. And he's finished like 1 or 2 of them maybe.
So that just leaves 8 drivers on the racetrack after we lost Jaden Porter and Matthew Stotts. CD Mangrum, the only driver out there who has come down pit road. As Luke Allen and AJ Knickel, they're both about to start battling for 6th. As AJ's kind of struggling on this longer run. You know, even with only 8 drivers out on the racetrack, do you think we're going to see a caution?
I don't think so. We might get one, but chances are pretty low. It's big apron here, so the game doesn't call them too much. And it's been pretty spread out racing all so far, so I'm not too sure we'll get one.
So I don't know when, but Gabe Gazzola did get around Rivers Jones for that 4th spot. As right now, Gabe Gazzola, your biggest mover with 7 spots gained. Michael Walls, oh yeah, I was about to say he got up to 2nd, but I forgot Jaden Porter lagged out. So that kind of helped them get up to 2nd.
You know, I think Ethan tried to pit there and missed it, or no, he just got on the wall pretty hard.
Thought Rivers Jones was going to pit, but he got into the wall actually and lost 2 more positions to Luke Allen and AJ Knickel. If that was that 91, I probably would have pitted there since he was already slow entering turn 3, but he decides to stay out. As Luke Allen...
Rivers has struggled a little bit this season, but almost spin it out, Rivers.
Yeah, he might have to come down pit road because that car is not handling well.
Cool. Yep. A lot of damage on the right side, too.
He might have a broken wheel. As Luke Allen, he's making the move on AJ Knickel, trying to pass him finally. This is for that top 5 now.
Tough track to be side by side at. See if they can get through it here.
Turn 2 is one of the harder corners here at this track. AJ's going to get up into the wall.
Oh.
Luke's going to get loose. It's Rivers Jones. He's still struggling in the background as they're still side by side. Luke Allen finally going to clear AJ Knickel. So Ethan Van...
Michael Wall's hard into the wall entering 3.
If you're watching this 91 right now, he is just drifting in these corners. That car is just mental right now.
Might as well be having a good time with it, right?
Yeah, he's very close to going a lap down and spinning. As Brody Falliker is down pit road, but Rivers Jones might spin. And he holds on to it.
What a save. What a save.
As Falliker is going to pit. He's hoping that 91 doesn't spin out here. As he's acting like it's a dirt track right now. I'm surprised he hasn't come down pit, yeah, surprised he hasn't come down pit road to fix his damage, but we'll see as Michael Walls has come down pit lane. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
And there goes his engine.
We stay green.
And then there was 7.
I'm surprised we stayed green. He hit that pretty hard, but kept it straight, I guess. So
it's not going to hurt him really at all. He's still going to gain points on Ty Higginbotham, so.
Yep.
And Dylan Bam is also behind him, so it's not really going to hurt this 91 at all.
Battle between Cazole and Mangrum.
Yeah, Mangrum already pitted. Luke Allen has not, though, as he's slowly reeling in Gabe. CD Mangrum, he might have the race lead once this all cycles out, but he won't keep it for long, of course.
Long?
Yeah, he pitted back on lap like 40, I think. That's Luke Allen peeking his nose underneath Gabe Gazzola, trying to make that pass. As it's very close together. But it looks like Allen's going to clear Gabe for second. We're about to come to halfway through this race. So far, Ethan has led every single lap so far. She's just putting on another dominating performance for trying to get his 7th win, I believe, of the season. Oh, wait, no, he does have 7.
Brody cutting his way through the slower non-pitting traffic, got by Luke and Gabe that lap. He's got one more car to unlap himself, 15 seconds ahead. Yeah,
and Brody got around. He undercutted Michael Walls, currently way ahead of him, but he's got to reel in CD Mangrum, who's kind of struggling out there. As here comes Ethan now down pit lane. We'll see if maybe Luke Allen and Gabe Gazzola come in as well. AJ Knickel came in last time by. As Luke Allen looks like he's going to stay on the track. Don't know if he's going to lead this lap, but he can definitely lead the next one. So we'll see. It's going to be Ethan leading this lap, but Luke Allen about to pass him. So that leaves 2 drivers, Luke Allen and Gabe Gazzola, out on the racetrack. As we'll still have one more pit stop left to go, as Brody Falliker is passing CD Mangrum. This is ultimately for the lead. We'll see how long they keep it. Where's Ethan right now? He's coming out of pit lane now. I don't know. Brody Falliker might not catch him.
Micah got by CD as well that time.
And Falliker should be able to pass the 29. Yes, he does. Michael Walls also might get Ethan here. He does, so it's going to be a bit of a battle for Ethan now. So Luke Allen, Gabe Gazzola still
Do we
continuing
know
to
if they
stay
have to
out.
pit?
I'm pretty sure they're going to have to pit again. Unless you're Luke Allen and Gabe Gazzola. They were
Yeah, I
trying to
think
run
so.
it long here. But I don't think you can go 60 laps. Ethan might be able to make it. He pit on lap 56. Yeah, Luke Allen, Gabe Gazzola, although they're losing a lot of time now. They're trying to make this a one stop, it looks like. CD's most likely going to have to pit. Micah and Falliker probably will have to pit again. Ethan might be able to stay out. Yeah, coming on a lap 60, we'll have 40 laps to go. And they've gone more than 40 laps now. So we'll see. We'll see by the end of this race if it goes green, who can make it and who can't. Let's see. Their last pit stop was lap 60 or 14. That was when everyone came down pit road because of that caution. So if you do the math, 56 minus 14, Ethan went 42 laps on that last set of tires and gas. So Luke Allen and Gabe Gazzola, they can pit now and basically make it if they wanted to. But we'll just have to see. As Ethan Fonseca, he's gotten around Michael Walls for that fourth spot. Now he sets his sights on Brody Falliker, which that will be for the lead once Luke Allen and Gabe Gazzola pit. As here comes Luke Allen now, entering pit road. Gabe Gazzola as well. This will be with 42 laps to go, so they can definitely make it. We'll see if all these other drivers can, but they're about to lose a lot of time as well. As Brody Falliker is coming out of turn number 4, and I don't even think Luke Allen has made it to his pit stall yet. He is not, so they might fall a lap down here.
And them pitting gives AJ Knickel his lead lap back. He fell lap down with those guys staying out, but he's back on the lead lap, and he's going to have to fight pretty hard to stay ahead of Falliker. He's pretty far in front of him, but the pace of the 42 and 29 is pretty insane.
So Luke Allen's coming out of pit road. Here comes Gabe Gazzola. I think Gabe might fall a lap down here. Luke Allen might be able to just stay in front of the leaders, but Gabe Gazzola will probably quickly pass these guys back. As Ethan Fonseca, he's all over the backbone for that 42. Falliker into the wall. As here comes Ethan underneath, trying to take that lead away, and he will. So back up to the race lead goes Ethan Fonseca. So we'll be watching these strategies. So I'll tell you their pit laps. Falliker's pit lap was 51. Ethan's was 56. Micah's was 52. Mangrom's was 40. Knickel was 55. And then Gabe Gazzola and Luke Allen was 62. So we know Luke Allen and Gabe Gazzola, they can make it. Ethan and AJ, I'm pretty sure they can make it as well. People like Falliker, Walls, and definitely CD Mangrum, I am not so sure.
I can safely say every car has a bunch of damage on the right side of it.
Yeah, everyone's been into that wall at least once, maybe 5 times tonight.
think Easton's is definitely the cleanest, but everyone else, I've definitely been in it at least 5, I think.
Now, if you're Gabe Gazzola in that 18, if all these drivers have to pit again, you got to go catch that number 7 of Luke Allen. But Luke Allen, he's got a nice gap over Gabe Gazzola right now.
We did see how much the tires really did fall off. I don't think the one stop is going to be the quicker strategy, but they're pretty much in their own little race back there. I don't know what position that'll be for, but they're racing each other for whatever spot that could end up being for. Or if we get a caution, that'll shake everything up. And Gabe is the free pass right now, so it shouldn't really affect too much if we do get one.
Yeah, Gabe, the only driver on the track who's a lap down. Everyone else behind him has DNF'd, as he currently runs 7th. With Luke Allen, I don't think he's really pulled away from Ethan Fonseca like he wanted to. Ethan's still sitting right there, about the same gap. But I gave Gazzola in that 18. He's closing in on this 29 with those fresher tires. You know, for some reason, I thought this race was 100 laps. I don't know why I got 100 laps, but I wasn't even seeing that extra one in there. It's 110 laps, so I doubt any of these guys can really make it. We'll see if Luke Allen and Gabe Gazzola can. So they got the best tires, but now I know CD Mangra, Michael Walls, Brody Falliker, Ethan, and AJ, they definitely won't make it, so we'll see. I thought we had like 30 laps to go, no, we still got 40. Well, 38 now.
Hopefully Gabe can get by Ethan nice and clean here. I know last week, Dover, there was contact between the leader and lap car. Was it AJ Knickel and Jaden Porter? Ultimately cost Porter that race, maybe. But hopefully Gabe can get by clean here.
Yeah, looking to the inside, and Ethan's just going to let him by. Wise move by that 29.
Now Gabe can roam free, try to catch the 7 car.
Yeah, they're going to be catching more cars. CD Mangrum, AJ Knickel battling for 4th right in front of these two. So we'll see what happens. This might hold up Luke Allen a little bit. So Gabe Gazzola can close it in.
Side. CD and Luke. CD lets him by on the straightaway.
Yeah, Luke Allen gets around CD Mangrum. Here comes Gabe Gazzola now. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tight race between this 18 and 7 if they can make it on fuel, and that's another thing. I don't know if they can. As CD's about to go a lap down to Ethan Fonseca. Now these two sets their sights on AJ Knickel.
And Mangrum coming down pit road this time. Likely going to be his last stop if he keeps it on track.
Yeah, AJ Knickel just got up into the wall. That's allowed Luke Allen. Try to look low, but AJ's not going to let him by. Now that's allowing Gabe Gazzola to reel in that 7. As here comes Luke Allen down low, trying to take that 4th spot away. Oh, he's going to turn AJ in the corner. They're both going to go around. Watch out, leader. He's coming by. He gets up into the wall. as the caution's going to come out for the second time tonight.
Wow, that was bonkers.
As I'm not so sure exactly what happened there. As Gabe Gazzola, he nearly avoided it. As Luke Allen looks like just got too close to that quarter panel of the 47 and around they both went. And Ethan had to take evasive action up into the wall. He goes. He should still be pretty fine. Take a look at this in slow motion.
Hit it pretty hard.
Yeah, it looks like Luke Allen was trying to maybe squeeze in behind the 47, but was not clear. And around AJ Knickel goes with Luke Allen. And Gabe Gazzola, he might have gotten a bit of damage, so we'll ride on board with him. Yeah, I might have touched that 7 a little bit. But we have our second caution, everybody coming down pit road. And that just ruins the strategy of Gabe Gazzola and Luke Allen. And since they just both wrecked, that's going to leave probably 4 cars on the lead lap. As Ethan Fonseca is going to be the first one out, Brody Fellicker second. Michael Wallace can take his time a little bit here to maybe fix some damage. As he's actually going to get passed by Gabe Gazzola.
It's going to be interesting to see if Ethan did get damage that'll slow him up on different walls, trying to avoid that wreck when he got up in the wall. He hit it not a favorable part of the car with the right front there. So hopefully he's still up to speed and can give us a good fight for the win, him and Brody.
Yeah, no, everyone can definitely make it on fuel as we'll 2 to go this time by. So we'll be restarting with 30 laps to go. So I think AJ is showing on my relative. AJ Knickel is actually on the lead lap. I think he might have drove away from the crime scene before going a lap down. So he might be able to take a wave around here and get back in front of the leader. CD Mangram going to go take a wave around as well to become 1 lap down. So it's going to be a battle between him and Luke Allen for the lucky dog. So we should be coming to the 1 to go this time by. So out of everybody up here in this top 4, all 3 of them have a win. And the odd man out is that red number 18 of Gabe Gazzola. Still looking for his first win this season. 2-time winner here in the ARC SimRatMarket.com National Series. He won 2 plate races last season. I don't know how many wins he's got in the road series for ARC, but I know he's got a few. Here on the oval part.
Who? Who are you talking about?
Gabe Gazzola.
Gabe, I don't think he has any road wins. I know he didn't win any of the Masters series. I don't think he even raced the prototypes or the endurance last season. But there is a new road series starting up here. We got the Rose Pedal and the series session.
And the pace car comes down pit road. It's going to be Ethan Fonseca with Brody Falliger, Gabe Gazzola, Michael Walls, and then 5th place, AJ Knickel. Green flag back in the air, 30 laps to go here at Darlington. Gabe making a quick move on Brody Falliger, trying to get around him. Falliger going to fight back tough on the outside lane, getting a bit loose, but he's going to clear that 18 of Gabe Gazzolo. So now he's going to try to set his sights on Ethan Fonseca here as the top 4 pretty much under a blanket right now. This looks like AJ Knickel and Luke Allen, they're both off pace a little bit from that wreck. We'll see, how are you going to pass this 29 of Ethan Fonseca as Michael Walls, he's looking to make a move on Gabe Gazzola, which I don't think Gabe has gotten a podium this season. So he's looking for his first one. As they're making a little bit of contact coming off of turn 2. You don't want to wreck each other. As Gabe's just going to let Micah have it for right now. Going to tuck in behind him, but that's going to push them out of the picture. Brody Falliger still on the back bumper of Ethan Fonseca.
Gabe is on a streak of 5 straight top 5s. Well, other than Ethan, that is the longest streak in the series all season. So,
yeah, and speaking of
that's why
that,
he's your point leader.
yeah, Gabe Gazzola, he's got to catch that 29. Like I said, Ethan is only -4 on that 18, which I'm not sure winner gets extra points. But if he doesn't, then it'll be a 1-point gap if they finish where they are right now. I'm not for sure how many points is awarded for the winners. As CD Milgram, he might be able to get an easy top 5 here. Even though he's a lap down, AJ Knickel is very off pace. So he could catch that 47, maybe pass him for that 5th spot. Ethan doing his typical Ethan things, pulling away from 2nd place now. As he's got about a 4/10 lead over Brody Falliger. 25 laps to go here at Darlington. This is going to be another thing. Who can save their tires the best as this goes green all the way. It's going to be a longer run, so we'll see what happens at the end.
Yeah, certainly don't sleep on Brody as a championship favorite either. He's been running top 5 ever since he came into the season. I think he missed the first couple races. He's been fighting for wins. He's got, I think, 2 of them. He's definitely a title contender.
Yeah, especially at the short tracks, that 42 is usually quickest at, as both of his wins have come at short tracks this season. As Gabe Gazzola very loose off of turn number 2.
Championship race is at Nashville Super Speedway. It's a speedway, but it kind of races like a short track. It's pretty tight. You got to use a bit of throttle control on the exits. So definitely a skill-based track, and should be interesting. Hopefully see some of these guys fighting for it.
As Falliger into the wall. Just trying to push a little bit too hard there. We come to 22 laps to go. Ethan has about a half a second lead over Falliger. And everybody else just kind of spread apart right now.
I don't know if we caught it, but Luke Allen is in the pits right now. I think he might be repairing the rest of his damage or retired from the race. So 21 laps to go. Ethan's still pulling away.
Really not much to talk about. AJ Nichol's still losing a lot of time. He's currently coming off of turn number 4. CD Mangrum is currently coming off of turn number 2. That'll be a battle for 5th if CD can catch that 47. Which I think he'll be able to by the end of this thing. So things have calmed down. We'll take a look at the rest of your schedule for this regular season if I can find the schedule here. There's so many channels in this Discord. There we go. So your last 2 final races will be at Atlanta Motor Speedway and Homestead Miami Speedway before we head into the playoffs. And your playoffs is looking like New Hampshire for the first race, Watkins Glen, second race, Chicagoland, third race, then we head to Talladega. For the 4th race, Las Vegas, the 5th race, and then Iowa will be your final race before we set our final 4 for the championship race at Nashville Super Speedway. So only 8 races left down the season. And only 2 races left after this until we head into the playoffs. Ethan has pulled to about a 1.5 lead over Falliger. I think Falliger has gotten up into the wall a few times, and that's allowing Michael Walls to reel in a little bit. It's AJ Nickel. He's very close to going a lap down.
I think we have 2 guys that that aren't currently in the playoffs, but could definitely make it. Those being Ty Higginbotham, if he can get a win or get a couple spots in points, maybe even. And Cameron Lopes, he can win Atlanta. Definitely a wild card race. So either of them, they win, they're in most likely.
Yeah, we got one super speedway race coming up. I think it's next week, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll definitely play a wild card into this. But it's also probably the hardest super speedway to run.
Yeah, definitely a challenge. I raced there in a couple weeks ago. If you stick in one lane, you should be able to get up through the field pretty well if you're in the right one, but it's hard to avoid wrecks. Really skinny track for being a super speedway with the high speeds and how close everyone is. So one mistake, whole field's wiped out. It's definitely going to be fun and interesting.
So there goes AJ Knickel a lap down. He's got 14 laps to hold on to that 5th place. As Brody Falliker, he is not getting away from Michael Walls, just hanging tough right behind him. So we got 13 laps to go. Ethan with almost a 2.5 second lead over Micah. We'll see where CD Mangrum is. CD Mangrum is entering turn 1. AJ Knickel is entering turn 3 and sliding through the whole corner, so his car is pretty broken. Come to 12 laps to go. As Luke Allen is back out on the racetrack. 16 laps down. 17 now.
It's always good to get experience at a tough track like here. It's been a long race, and laps can't hurt.
Indeed, as they slowly get around AJ Knickel. We got 11 laps to go. I think the field is pretty much set by this point. I don't think anyone's going to pass anybody else. It's become to 10 laps to go for Ethan Fonseca, who's just put on another dominating performance here. Yeah, I don't think CD's going to catch AJ Knickel either. Lou Gallen getting one of his laps back. It's Brody Gallagher. He's lost almost 3 seconds on Micah.
Yeah, he got in the wall entering turn 3 last time I saw.
If he keeps doing that, that might allow Gabe to catch up.
Yeah, he couldn't really get off the wall. Just kind of got stuck to it. Throughout the corner. Gabe looking for, I think, his 4th podium of the season, actually. Got one at Auto Club, North Wilkesboro, and Kansas, I think.
With just 7 laps to go, all eyes on that 29 of Ethan Fonseca, who's looking to get his 8th win of the season. It's just there is just no stopping this man. The only people who can really stop him is Dylan Bam on road courses and Brody Gallagher on short tracks. And then of course the super speedways where anyone's a wild card, but these anywhere else it's just this 29. We saw Jaden Porter kind of keeping up with him these last few weeks.
Yeah, we've seen a couple different guys fight with them for wins for at least halfway through the race. John Seiss, I remember they had a fantastic battle for the win at Charlotte. He hasn't showed up since. Jaden Porter, last couple weeks, of course, he's been pretty much toe-to-toe with Ethan, just not quite going his way all those weeks. And then back at Auto Club, where Ethan was involved in a wreck really early on. Same with Gateway. But since then, he's been pretty much flawless.
Coming to 5 laps to go for this 29. Unless something major happens, every position's pretty much set on the racetrack. You won't be seeing that leaderboard change. Has become to 4 laps to go. I don't know if it shows me how many laps led, but I guess we can look at the fastest lap. Let me see. And it goes to your leader, Ethan, with a 30.47. I see, yeah, it doesn't show me laps led. Three laps to go.
Michael Walls has 1 win on the season.
He does.
He's running tonight. 1 win at Gateway, and he won the short little late model championship we did earlier in the year. With a couple wins in that season. 2nd place in that one was Jonathan Jergensmeyer. He is not with us tonight.
2 laps to go. This is 29. I don't think he's led 100 laps, but it's definitely close. So remember, Luke Allen and Gabe Gazzola and Brody Falliker, they were all kind of staying out on different strategies. But coming off of turn number 4, white flag in the air for this 29 of Ethan Fonseca. 1 lap to go here at Darlington. So he can just basically coast it from here and he'll still get the win. He's got about a 6-second lead over Micah Walls. He's down the back straightaway for the final time. He had to dodge a spinning Luke Allen earlier, but other than that, it's been nothing but clean air for this 29. And out of turn number 4, Ethan Fonseca is going to get his 8th win of the season here at Darlington. Michael Walls comes in second. Looks like Brody Falliker is going to get third. Gabe Gazzola out of 4 for fourth. He'll be the final car on the lead lap. And then you got AJ Knickel, who's coming around to finish 5th. CD Milgram 6th, and then Luke Allen 7th. So Ethan just got to burn it down on the front straightaway here.
Yeah, he's getting pretty good at those.
And for those of you who tune into the ARC streams, you might just be seeing this guy and thinking, yeah, he's good, but maybe it's only in this league. No, Ethan's been good. I've been racing with him since NASCAR 15, and he's been good on every single game I've raced against him. So he's just continuing to dominate.
You know, every game, every league, he's pretty much the title favorite in all of them. So.
Yeah, there's only a certain few drivers I know who have that talent that can just get into a race car and go out and start winning, and Ethan is one of them. So we'll take a look at your results real quick. If I can pull it up here. So it's going to be Ethan Fonseca with his 8th win of the season. Michael Wallace comes from 2nd. Brody Falliker 3rd. Gabe Gazzola 4th. AJ Knickel 5th. CD Milgram 6th. Luke Allen 7th. And those are your final cars out on the racetrack. And then all your DNS, Rivers Jones 8th. Matthew Stotts 9th for his best finish of the season. And rounding out your top 10, Jaden Porter. And then Duncan Faw, Donald Stern, Dylan Bam, Ty Higginbotham. The rest of your results. We will be going to the ARC Discord for the interviews. As I'll just drag you into the ARC booth if you go to waiting room.
Alright.
I'll try to tag them into this chat real quick. Who finished 2nd? Oh yeah, Micah. Well, I guess while we wait on them,
Caleb Williams is the first pick in the draft.
While we wait on them, we'll I guess we'll just interview you. So Justin, how was the track? How was the car?
Uh, my drive home from work, it was a little cold out, a little chilly. Track definitely cooled down on my way as I went, though. The sun was starting to set. But overall conditions pretty good. Got a little damage. Hit a curb the other day, so definitely some stuff to improve on there. But good. Shout out to the boys back at the shop. Shout out Johnson Jurgensmeyer for being the man, and we'll get him next week.
And you want to tell these folks what kind of car you drive?
Drive a 2011 Chevy Cruze.
Yeah, I have a Cruze too. It's 2016 though.
Oh, I love my Cruze.
I love my Cruze too.
Yeah, I like mine more.
What color is it?
It's like a silvery.
Oh, mine's
it's like dark silver. It's not quite gray. No, it's gray. Yeah, it's like gray.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna get them.
Oh, we're getting them.
Okay, first person to go in the wave room, just pull him in here.
Sure.
Even if it's not our top 3 finishers. Well, there's Ethan, so he's going to explode the booth when he joins, just to be warned.
Yeah.
And we're just going to pull in your winner, Ethan, and I'll let you do the interview, I guess.
Cool. Well, that's new. All right. Race winner Ethan Fonseca Moreno. How was the car today?
Car was great. Car was fast. Really enjoyed driving out there.
Yep. No real competition today. Brody had some speed at the end, and unfortunately, Jaden with the lag out really kind of put a what's the word?
Nail in the coffin.
Yeah, dimmer on things, but yeah, good run for you guys, teammates, of course.
Yep. Great run.
Yep.
Sorry, I feel bad for him. He was looking to get top 20 in points, but not sure if that's gonna happen. But yep, just take another win.
Anyone you want to shout out here before we close up?
I would like to shout out Justin Wayne, Robbie Keeney, and Ryan Bogie for doing an awesome broadcast today. Big shout out to Goat Inc., all the guys there. Yeah, partners, Victory Media for being on board this race, and that's it.
All right, congratulations on the win, Ethan. We'll be hearing from you next week too.
All right.
I like that. We'll be hearing from you next week too.
That's Atlanta. Maybe now. We'll be seeing. We'll see.
All right. Well, I doubt anyone else is going to join, so I guess I'll go through the sponsors because we have sponsors.
Yep.
Let me find the list again. All right. So, thank you to Dive Bomb Motorsports, ARC's primary partner. Dive Bomb is a collaborative new media project by motorsports fans for motorsports fans. Thank you to SimLeaguePro.com, ARC's league management partner. SimLeague Pro is built for drivers and community managers to create leagues and races that can be enjoyed by all on any platform or game. To SimRat Market, iRacing's largest marketplace of professional level livery design templates, custom graphics, design number sets, and more for the sim racing community. To IMB Racewear, ARC Sim Racing Apparel, sponsor IMB brings sim racing gloves, boots, and more, all truly built from the ground up with the quality and precision you deserve. To the racing rats, our Assetto Corsa modding partners, putting out high quality free mods and working closely with us to host incredible Assetto Corsa League racing. And finally, to James McAdam Photography and AJ Knickel Design, our photography and design and graphic design partners. Bam. So I guess that's going to do it. I guess there's no one else who's going to join the booth. So congrats to Ethan on his 8th win of the season. Next week, we head to Atlanta for some super speedway racing. Justin Rott, is there anything you want to lead us off with?
Thank you for having me in the booth here tonight. Thank you, AJ, for letting me be here, and look forward to hopefully doing this again sometime. Maybe I can get off work a little quicker. Hopefully, even show up to some of the races.
Yeah, just call out.
It ain't that deep.
Yeah. All right. Take care. Enjoy. Have a good night.